Return to Monkey Island animator tells us about her best and worst experiences in the games industry.
Rock on, Tamsin.
Can you tell me what's been your best experience in the games industry?
I feel pretty lucky because I've just had a lot of fun at every company. I've got a soft spot for Lionhead just because it was my first games job, and I remember I just instantly loved it there. It was just a good atmosphere and everyone worked hard but also played hard, and actually when I think about the sort of lifestyle I led back then, I'm just like, Jesus Christ, I have to clean up my act a bit since then. But I think it was just a really creative environment. It was also really nice to see people go on from there and have good careers. Media Molecule is the big success story from Lionhead, but like lots of people went off and started companies, and lots of those still exist. So that was really cool. I really enjoyed the last game I worked on, the Return to Monkey Island. I think it was just really cool to be able to work with Rex, who I knew from Lionhead, but mostly in a social capacity. I think everyone knew how talented he was, so it's on my bucket list to be able to work with him at some point. So it was great being able to do that, and people on the team were just top notch. I've never seen artists churn out so much good stuff in so little time, and just really nice people as well. Moji Works, I still do a lot of work with them. They do lots of stuff for Snapchat. They're really super good on not being and diversity. I feel like there's good work in there. It taught me a lot about inclusivity and make it a good place for staff, particularly because COVID happened right in the middle of all that stuff, and they really went above and beyond in trying to make you feel part of a company remotely and having lots of social stuff and keeping tabs on how people were doing. So I think just for everywhere, there's a good story.
What's been your worst experience?
That one's easy. My worst experience was my first redundancy, which was from Lionhead. It was when Microsoft brought them out, basically, and I just thought my world had ended at the time. I was just like, oh my god. Like, I really went to pieces over that. More privately, I think, than anyone knew, because I think I'd done that slightly unhealthy thing you do sometimes when you're younger, of making your work also like your family, right? So it felt a bit like I was being turfed out of my home. But to be honest, at that point, I was such a sort of a party girl, I probably would have turfed me out of my home as well. So I think it just came along with a bunch of feelings of inadequacy that I now just recognise it'll be fine, you'll bounce back from it. But at the time, it felt like a really big thing. And then subsequently, when that has happened, I've just been like, on to the next thing. So you do get a thicker skin as time goes on.
So, what can we learn from this?
Even if things are really bad, we can benefit from it?
No. Work hard and party hard! Click here to find out what an animator does in the games industry.